travels, I've seen it all, folks. Oscar fags, Ray fags, Misato fags. I even saw it.
Oh my god, look at
I've
this.
seen it all, folks. Oscar
fuck.
fags, Ray fags, Misato.
Shut that the fuck off. We have a podcast to do.
Wait.
No. Shut that.
You
the
motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Gotta start the podcast. Now, this episode is brought to you in part by California Print Co. Go to them for all your silkscreen and embroidery needs.
Through all the things I've had to see, visions of the ponds to be, the moral limits are unseen, and now it all seems clear to me that arguing is painless. It brings a little changes, and I can do it with whomever I please. Fuck you, no you can't, only with me.
Okay, guys, we're back. Now, I really have. I watched Ponyo twice yesterday, along with the Digibro commentary, just to get some insight into their animalistic mind.
You watched Insight?
Fuck you! Yes, I did. I watched the commentary. I also listened to the score on repeat, and had this dumbass listen to it. What did you think?
It was great.
Better than K-On, right? The music.
The
Oh,
music,
wait.
alright.
Fuck you. We have to introduce ourselves. I'm your host, Stuart Keller. And with me is my co-host, Jesus Sandoval.
We're 31 episodes in. I'm pretty sure they know who we are.
Oh my god, because no one ever goes into a series halfway through.
That's fucking retarded. Why would you do that?
You're telling me the first episode...
Give yourself context.
So, you never started in the middle.
Of a YouTube series?
Podcast. Yeah, that's right.
Podcast?
Yeah, Rooster Teeth Podcast. The Great
Maybe
Gavino.
just to get, like, hooked.
Exactly.
But I always go back to
What
the first.
if they listen to this and they're like, whoa, who is that guy who's always right? Who's that bitch? They won't know.
That is true. They won't know.
And sit the fuck up.
Oh, I like this chair. It's a recliner. It's a recliner for a fucking reason, you asshole.
Have some respect for yourself and our craft of podcasting.
So I will say,
Yes.
the entirety of the Ponyo soundtrack
Yes.
is better than what we hear in those first 4 episodes. Since not even Fwa Fwa Time, which is one of my favorites, is in those first 4.
Correct.
There are I will say not everything in the Ponyo soundtrack is better than the things in.
Well, of
those.
course, some of those ones are like 50 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them are like
Exactly.
they vary in quality.
They're all good.
But they're all of course. They're all good.
This is the Japanese Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
And if you're going by comparative composers, he's up there with like Michael Giacchino. This guy, Harishi, he is amazing.
Oh yes.
That's what I was saying to everyone. If he was amazing in Spirited Away, you got to trust that he's amazing in Ponyo.
And I know. I love Spirited Away, Ponyo.
Okay.
Ghibli is just a great studio.
I'll give you, they have some memorable songs, good songs in K-On.
Oh, absolutely.
But that score is nowhere near Ponyo at all. It ain't got score. At all.
It's not just like the background music. It is the music that is developed through the Light Music Club, and the music they encounter as a club. It is there's so many great songs, like.
But yes, Ponyo.
In those first 4 episodes, you haven't gotten the full extent of what.
Oh,
K-On has to
we're
offer,
talking about this.
So that is fair.
All right.
It is fair to say
So
that
when we have Ponyo, not just 90 minutes, it's probably closer to 100 minutes.
yeah.
We've got that, right?
Yeah.
And we compare that to 23 minutes with amazing visuals and audio. Audio and video. It fucking conquers.
It is the narrative that is spoken throughout that first episode.
What the fuck are you? We're talking about Ponyo.
You're trying to say that Ponyo is better
It is.
than the individual episodes
Yes.
because of the music and visuals. And I will say that the music and visuals are better. But
Yeah.
I would argue that Yui in that first episode it's a great episode because it shows her progression as a character. It shows that she's sick of being just a bum sitting in her bed all day and doing nothing, and she wants to grow as a person. And it isn't until episode 2 that it really hammers in how much she wants to change.
I'm sorry, but I didn't have to do this, but I'm going to have to break out the Hank Hill.
Oh my God.
Look, just because you're a lazy jackass and you decide to get off your ass and do something with your life, don't make it worth shit.
It shows that you're trying to become a better
person. It means
person.
You're a baby. A big baby loser. Baby want a bottle? All I hear from her is bitching.
But she gets better as time goes on, and that's what matters.
Each episode gets better. That is true. But that girl ain't right.
From the first minute we see her, no, she isn't all there. She's a complete aloof idiot. That is her character. But she has skills in her memorization and her dedication to a single topic. Although, when she dedicates herself completely to one topic, she forgets everything else. Which, it's not a common occurrence in people, but memorization...
That was fucking retarded.
What? Her getting the 100% on that test?
And then forgetting everything she worked so hard to get.
It's not retarded. Because, she's not inherently smart.
I'm putting Hank back in the corner, because fuck you!
She's not inherently smart. But through her memorization skills, she is able to get into schools of the caliber that she's in. How else would you get into a school with no... I want
to do the mic drop of Sosuke. Sosuke beats every character in K-On! Easily.
No.
Don't. Alright. Stop saying no. You have no reasoning behind it. We have this boy...
Right.
Without a father.
He has a father.
Where the fuck is he?
He's in the fucking ocean, but he's there. He comes home.
But this is a boy who has to step up.
He does nothing.
What the fuck are you...
Like,
where does he go at the end of the movie? Third act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captains his own ship like his father before him.
That was great. But your argument that he has to step up as the man of the house is invalid because he doesn't. His mom does all the work.
When she's gone, what happens? Jesus.
He stays at school until she picks him up. Remember?
When she's gone. When she has to go look for her.
Oh, so that one occurrence, yes. In that one situation,
The third act. That's called
he steps up. Yeah, I agree. He steps up and becomes a man.
Yes.
A 5-year-old man.
Yes. Boy becomes a man. You love this.
I do love this. It's so fucking good.
This is a masterpiece, Jesus. Now, I have talked a lot
about... You are really overstating how phenomenal Ponyo is. I love Ponyo, but it's not a fucking masterpiece.
Okay, I talked a lot about it in the last episode, how amazing the visuals are.
Yeah.
Let's talk again. How many pages of concept art did it go to make that just the opening scene?
It would take a lot. It's very
1,600 pages.
That is impressive.
How many pages does it take to do K-On!
The level of
it is digital shit.
The level of detail in Yui's room alone, which is the opening shot of episode 1, is absolutely amazing.
You're talking about, dude.
We're talking about opening shots.
You can't compare a fucking room to an ocean. It is boulder to mountain. This movie and this episode.
Listen, the ocean is the ocean. It looks great. It's animated great. It looks fine.
It's not just a setting. It's a character.
No, you know what's a character? Yui's fucking room. Yui's room looks like a room that would be created by her character. It isn't just a bunch of fucking random shit put in a room like so many other shit animes and so many other shit TV shows.
Just because it's better than shit anime doesn't make it amazing.
I'm making the argument here is that her room is detailed to fit her character. It's based. It looks like a real room. It looks lived in. It feels homey, and that is what matters about that room. The room needs to feel real.
What is better? If you had Ponyo in the sea and she's just like, I want to get off my ass and do something. Or she's being held down by... Shut the fuck up. She's been held down by the man, dude. And the man
is her father.
Liam Neeson, bitch.
God.
Dude, how can you even fucking argue for this? We're talking about 23 minutes compared to 100. How? And if not even like quality versus quantity.
How is Ava episode 3 better than Ponyo by your logic? It's the same amount of time.
Because we're talking about the Hedgehog Dilemma.
Yeah, and we're
We're
talking
talking about characters that are better. Alright? But let's go back. I mean, if you want to throw episode 3 under Ponyo, let's fucking do it. Because fucking Ponyo's the shit.
No, Ponyo's not better than episode 3 of Ava. And Ava is definitely better than all 4 of those episodes of K-On!
Yeah.
That's for sure.
K-On! Is good. It is not great, dude.
Dude,
alright.
Fuck.
Alright.
There's so much detail and like
Just
realism just in the school.
Okay.
The school looks like a fucking
Let's
real
say,
place.
let's
It's
say,
actually based on a real school.
Jesus, how can you compare this? How can you compare this? Let's say you have 100 details in that school. How do you compare that to the million details in the ocean alone? And
Because it's not just about...
Sosuke has to do so much more shit than fucking Yui. It's ridiculous. And it's fucking like, oh, they're just like real people. They're just like real people. Dude,
happens.
You know who's just like real people? Fucking Honey Boo Boo. Kardashians. You want realistic shit? Go watch reality TV.
They're not realistic people. K-On!
So they're real. They're just like real people, but they're not realistic people.
They don't act like fucking people. They act like they're trying to be on the TV show. K-On! Doesn't. It's not written that way. It doesn't fucking show itself that way. It shows itself as a real place. It feels like you're watching people actually talk to each other and react to each other.
They're just not that interesting compared to other stuff. It's all about comparativity, dude. It is good, but comparatively, I can name all these other movies that are better because so much more interesting shit happens in those things. Oh my god, she wants to learn the guitar. Good for her. But before that, she just doesn't do anything. And
you don't have to sit through her doing nothing. Oh. It tells you she was a lazy bum, but it doesn't make you sit through years of bum.
You know what's alright? You know what's a better K-On?
Not everything needs to be high stakes in order to be good.
You know what's a better K-On? Scott Pilgrim. Because over the top shit is happening, dude.
Not everything needs to be over the top.
Yes, it does.
Good. That's not true.
No, comparatively, over the top shit's gonna be better.
That's also not necessarily true. Batman v Superman is far more over the top than The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight's a better movie. Like, The Dark Knight doesn't have spears being jabbed into giant monsters as they jab their giant fucking rods inside of Superman.
No, it just has a man dressed up as a bat.
Which also...
fighting a clown.
Yeah, and we have similar things with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Being dressed up as a bat, fighting a man from fucking space who grew up as a farmer in Kansas. Oh, yeah.
Both over the top.
But Batman v Superman is more over the top. It has so much crazy shit in it.
The way they present it in this realistic setting and these people, it's good.
It is good. I'm not denying that these movies are good.
But, dude,
I'm telling you, not everything needs to be over the top to be good.
I said it's good.
Not everything needs to be over the top to be better than other things. K-On! Is better than a lot of things because it feels real, and that's
not
so
a fucking reason.
Yes, it is. It has strong characters with strong development.
I felt
Ponyo.
Dude, I felt the relationships between all those characters.
Ponyo does feel real, but the problem is that so much fucking shit happens and nobody acts like people would react to seeing that. Sosuke's dad fucking sees a woman flying across the bottom of the ocean, and all he does is just say, whoa, and then they get over it. It never comes back up again. No one ever brings it up. They see fucking boats being brought together and forced against a fucking wave, and it never comes up again. Okay. He never brings it up. They just fucking let it go. What happened to that? What happened to all those boats? We don't know.
Exactly. That's why it's at an 80, not 100. Like
exactly.
Batman versus Superman.
But where is that flaw in K-On? There is nothing like that in K-On.
K-On, nothing is happening. We need conflict.
There is conflict.
What conflict?
It is Yui joining the club, but also being aloof about it. She doesn't know if she wants to stay. And the conflict is all 3 of the current members are trying their best to keep her happy and
Dude,
keep her a part of the
better
club.
s-
Otherwise,
better
their club
stories.
will be gone
Oh,
forever.
Cry me a fucking river. Better stories. Because again, it is good. But better does this by, alright, you have the internal conflict, which is small, and the external conflict, which is big. External. And you flip
Right.
them, it goes back and forth. Like, the stakes are so fucking high with Batman and Joker in The Dark Knight, correct?
Yeah.
But it's smaller with him and Rachel.
The stakes don't. All right. The stakes in a movie don't need to be world changing,
We're
or
not
even like your entire life does not need to be completely ruined by the choices you make.
We're
in
not
that
talking about
movie.
being completely ruined. I'm just trying to ask for something interesting to happen. Like there's no
There's
there's
stuff
no rival, there's no villain.
The villain is the fact that they're going to lose their club. The rules are their villain.
Oh,
The school is their villain to a certain degree.
that villain sucks then. I haven't seen it once.
But the point.
No,
Yes, you
fuck.
fucking see the school. Oh my god.
No, fuck, dude.
The,
like
the,
you're not
the villain is their internal and external conflicts. The conflicts are there. They all exist. Each character has their own
You know what's better
conflict.
than K-On?
Oh my god. What?
True Detective.
Yes, it is.
What did you think?
I have now seen exactly 6 episodes of True Detective, with 2 left on the last DVD, and oh my god, I could not be more excited.
Dude, and they're all... I don't even know how you stop, dude.
I had to fucking get to work, because before coming here, I had to get a certain amount of painting done in my house before I could come here to record this podcast.
Dude, I just fucking ran through those.
Yeah, so my options were either not come here and not record a podcast and finish True Detective, or stop, paint, and then fucking do shit.
But what do you think? They're all
Oh my
100,
God.
are they not?
Yes, dude. Fuck, there's no words. Okay. So, Rust.
Rust.
He's a weird guy, but he's not a villain. I don't think he will be, like, a rapist / murderer type guy. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy.
How amazing are his monologues?
Oh my god. Yes. I don't know how you even survived being a fucking Christian after listening to his arguments about why religion is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, do you wonder why my argument was so good if God is being as bad as the devil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, damn. He's an inspiration.
Yeah, he is. Dude, that man knows how to argue.
So
And it
fucking
is-
good.
It is where I, the god of arguing, gets my inspiration. But
No, he's the god. You're like the Jesus to his god.
he's a fictional character, dude. I am in the flesh.
Oh my god. Well, no, but Matthew McConaughey is
Russ
real.
is a god. Russ is a god. Matt McConaughey is a god. Like, they're all gods.
Everyone's a god. They're
Yeah.
just lesser gods.
Like, Digibro is like Hermes. Fucking little flying shit.
Well, there are people who aren't gods. Like dumbasses like Nostalgia Critic, Anita Sarkeesian, that anime snob.
They're like imps.
Like, they're like the
They're
lowest of the...
ground level bitches.
No, because that's insulting to ground level bitches.
True.
Cause they're like, there's ground level bitches is like people who have no creative spark. They have no ideas. They just sit around and they just kind of wander through life, right?
Yeah.
They're ground level, but like I'm not gonna say that's fine because I think you should strive to do things and be creative and shit, right? But they are like Nostalgia Critic, for one. Everything he comes up with is fucking awful.
Yeah?
His fucking content, save for maybe a few videos here and there,
Yeah.
is just fucking awful.
Yeah?
And he's not entertaining enough to justify his real thoughts on this or that with his brother.
Ugh.
Yeah, I can't sit through those. I've only sat through maybe 1 or 2 of them all the way through, and that's because I cared about the movie more than I cared about what they were saying. Oh, by the way, their thoughts on Kung Fu Panda, the trilogy,
Yeah.
absolutely opposite of ours.
No
They think
way.
every movie's getting better, and we think every movie's getting worse.
Oh, no!
I don't know how. I don't fucking understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. How can you think every Kung Fu Panda movie's been getting better if there's so many things wrong with the ones that have been coming out. All right, like for 2, the villain was nowhere near as good as Tai Lung.
Yeah.
It was still a good villain. That's why it's
Yeah.
like in the 80s.
Yeah. Better
But
than
no.
What the fuck?
Look, better than what you've seen of K-On?
Dude.
Yes, I will say that.
Yeah. Okay then.
I think that's like the
Dude,
point. I think that's the point in which I think K-On fits those first 4 episodes.
Oh
right
shit.
above
Dude,
Ponyo.
We've already
and
gone
right
down because
under.
you used to have them up in the 80s.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going
No,
down.
he definitely brought me down a little. But I think that's the point where those 4...
I smell some K-On bitches in here.
I think that's the point where they belong.
They don't, but it's progress. Like I said, audience, we're getting him. He's stumbling, but in time, he will join me in the sun with the right opinion.
And then moving on to Kung Fu Panda 3, of course, which is easily the worst.
Easily the worst. Still better.
It has a
than K-On.
lot of great ideas in it, but the biggest problem with it is the repetitive jokes, which are only really funny once, and then the villain being so goddamn uninteresting. There's nothing about him that really stands out.
He's not bad though.
Yeah, he's not bad. That's why that movie's like in the
J.K.
70s. Oh, damn, man. There's nothing he can do wrong. He's a fucking amazing man.
Now, where did you originally think K-On belonged? Because you said high 80s. I want to put an actual number on that.
Yeah, I was thinking like 87s-ish is where those first 4 episodes belonged. So he brought me down a good 6 of them. Yeah. Oh, is Kung Fu Panda 2 an 82?
No, it's an 81. So you're saying it belongs at an 80?
I'm saying it belongs right above Ponyo, but under Kung Fu Panda 2, which is...
In the 80? Is it an 80 or an 81?
I think it would be an 80.
Alright.
I think so. It's
So
about
7%.
7%. That's fair. I think because you present good arguments when it comes to why
Damn right I do.
they have flaws, but we'll get there. But yeah, back to Kung Fu Panda 3. There's so many problems with that movie. It has a lot of great ideas, but they don't go anywhere, and it's a wasted effort. Still a good movie, but not
You're
worth
painting
the
such
money.
a bad picture. Like you say, I overhyped Ponyo as all my claims. Like you're really bringing Kung Fu Panda 3 down. Because
it is a good movie. It just it has so many ideas that don't all work. Like it doesn't progress all of its ideas all the way. Like him being a teacher, and then him failing at being a teacher, he still ended up being a teacher later anyway. So it's not like he failed and learned that he can't, become a teacher, because those that do, can't always teach, and those that teach can't do. That's how that saying goes.
Yeah.
But that's not true for Poe. Poe can
Like,
do and teach.
it
Apparently.
reminds me a lot of like Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of
There's
good
a lot
in
of good in it.
it. Yeah.
Like it still
'Cause
looks great.
Female Kung Fu Panda was shit in that.
Yeah.
And Ultron was shit.
Honestly, it was like his whole save for maybe his dad, that whole village was a bunch of useless characters that I just couldn't get behind.
They were all interchangeable.
Yeah. His dad was really good.
Brian Cranston.
Yes. His dad and his stepdad interacting together next to that picture of his mom.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's
Yeah.
so good. Has so much power to it. And it was a great scene. The problem is there's not enough of that in the movie. It's just a lot of rehashed jokes and a lot of callbacks to the other movies, and it's like it doesn't work. It's still good, but it's like there's so much. It's like Age of Ultron is a good comparison.
Big deal news, kind of related.
Mm.
Pixar says they're doing Cars 2.
Cars 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
I want to stop at Cars 2. I really do. And I also
wanted to stop at Cars 1 because fuck Cars 2, man.
Alright, Cars 1 was good.
Cars 1 was
good. Of course
good.
you wanted Cars 2. So
not really. I thought when I thought of sequels, I wanted Incredibles 2.
of course,
I wanted a bunch of other different movies before I wanted Cars.
Incredibles.
Cars was so far down the list, it wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But there were so many other movies that could have came out that would have been a much better use of resources. Incredibles, Finding Dory was great, so I'm happy about that being out. Incredibles is coming out soon, right? Oh no, it's a few years actually.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's like the furthest one out, huh?
Yeah.
Damn it. But Toy Story 4.
19.
Yeah, but Toy Story 4. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah. But they're saying they're stopping after that.
That's reasonable.
No more
I
sequels.
think they should have stopped after
No
3.
more sequels after Cars 3, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4. No more Pixar sequels.
Ever?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Based off of the originals.
Oh,
So, like, no Bug's Life 2, no Ratatouille 2.
Oh, I would have loved the Ratatouille too. I love that movie.
That director, oh my god, Tomorrowland. Yes.
Tomorrowland is such an underrated movie.
It is, oh my
It
god.
is really good.
It was so divisive. Like, it reminded me of a Zack Snyder movie, just the way, like, it totally divided everybody.
Yes.
Like, there's me, you,
And
Kevin
Clooney
Smith.
and his underage girlfriend, god damn, was their relationship so fucking amazing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Tomorrowland.
She was a robot.
Yeah. But she, like, alright, don't use anime logic. It's like, she looks like a child, but she's a 1,000-year-old sword. Come on, people.
No, but
Fuck.
But, bruh, she was a robot.
She's a fuck.
But
No, she looks like a child.
when all of the fucking would have taken place, he was a kid.
They never fucked.
Exactly. Therefore,
that's my
nothing's
po-
wrong.
No, I'm not saying there was something wrong. I'm saying what she was an underage girlfriend.
She's not a girlfriend, though.
Girl who is a friend.
No, like friend zone, underage friend zone,
Yeah.
because he got friend
Oh,
zone.
yeah, he got friend zone hard.
Exactly, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So even it's not fucking anime
No.
logic. So put that shit away.
I'm not trying to say their relationship was anything less than magical. I thought they had a really good chemistry,
Yes,
and that fucking ending was so...
and
God
they
damn
did
great.
bring her back.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
They could have, copped out, said, hey, she's a robot, we can bring her back, but no.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah.
They learned from Big Hero 6.
In that movie, it's better than K-On. Better than K-On, just in case the mic didn't pick it up.
Oh, man. Let's talk about True Detective, which is definitively better than K-On.
Yeah.
Or empirically, as you like to say.
Empirically, us both.
It is a good word. I love that word.
Yes.
Still not my favorite word. My favorite word is still debauchery. Because I fucking love that word. Because nobody knows what it means. Or a select few people know what it means. And I love hearing people use it out of, like,
End of the
definition.
world debauchery.
Huh?
That's my favorite.
What word?
End of the world debauchery.
So it's like, this is the end if they all decided to fuck instead of just...
Dude, that was Futurama. I know what debauchery is. That's
Yeah, I know. I have faith that you know.
yeah. Like
You may not know. You didn't know suffrage. Fair enough. But you knew.
that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. You wanted.
And I fucking
You
ran.
wanted women to end women. No, it was you wanted. Did you want to end women's suffrage? I believe it was.
I was saying.
Because you wanted to
I
end
said-
suffering.
I said women's suffrage never happened. Because I believe the word, and honestly, I want to change the fucking dictionary because the dictionary is fucking wrong. All right? Because when you hear suffrage,
You
that
think
sounds
of
like
suffering.
Yes.
But it's not what it is.
Then
It means the right to vote.
The book is fucking wrong, and we need
No.
to change it.
Look, language is so like
It's fucking
it's
retarded.
it's a weird
It's
thing
insane, and that's
because
why I'm
it
so good at it.
always changes.
Exactly.
So that's why I don't understand when people like correct me on stuff. It's like it doesn't really matter because fucking shit changes all the time. Like words, who knows anymore? Honestly, tomorrow there could be debauchery, could be debauchery or something. Fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
It fucking shit changes. It's just it is what it is. If you're trying to be comedic about your fucking grammar Nazi-ness, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can sit through that. That's great. But I will. If you're trying to be serious and you're trying to fucking lecture me on my grammar,
Yeah.
fuck off. I don't want to hear it. Back to True Detective.
Back to K-On.
Fuck, dude. I've been waiting too long to talk about True Detective.
Dude, are
We're
you
talking about True Detective.
You're saying that episode 1 of K-On,
Oh my god.
23 fucking minutes,
Oh my
is
god.
below Kung Fu Panda, but just above Ponyo. How is that even fucking possible? You tell me about how detailed a small thing like this school is, and how detailed But we know there's more details in Ponyo. We know the music's better in Ponyo, and there's so much more of it.
The school is the setting. And if you're like, their world consists currently, as far as you are aware, of 3 settings.
Who's better?
Yui's home, the school, and the beach. And each of those are... The beach and the beach house is not supposed to feel lived in. And that's why it's not as detailed as something like
You told me the
Yui's
villain
room.
is the school. And
I think the villain is the conflict.
Hold up.
The villain is really the conflict. There's no true
tell me
Joker of the series.
Oh, God. Please tell me who's better, Liam Neeson or the school.
It's the conflicts that they go through.
It's not better than
The
Liam.
internal.
It's not better than Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson isn't really the villain. He's just a father.
Is though.
Trying to do the right thing for his daughter. He's not.
Yes, he is. Everything he has done has been for the betterment of his daughter. And if Sosuke, he doesn't give a fuck about the rest of them.
Yes, he does.
If Sosuke takes Ponyo, he has no daughters.
Oh my god.
And he will make Sosuke's world suffer. And that's exactly... Dude, that's what...
He's not the reason. Liam Neeson isn't the reason that the world is suffering. The reason that the world is suffering is because Ponyo fucked up. She can't live as both a magical human and
Ponyo
a
fucked
fish.
up because he drove her to that point. Because he fucking held her hostage. She rebelled.
Because she didn't want to live that life. And
Exactly. And
it's a reasonable thing, but it's also something that parents just do. They want to keep their children safe. I'm not saying it's necessarily a right thing. I'm saying it is not a mistake for him to have wanted to have his daughter live that way. It isn't... He was trying to keep her safe.
He was fucking specious, dude.
What?
He hated all humans for no goddamn reason.
For polluting his ocean. Come on.
Christ.
That was made...
We've been through this. You super sane Republican fuck.
He had a good reason to not like humans. It was justified.
All humans.
All humans... Yeah, look, fuck, dude. All humans around that city polluted his ocean.
No, we're not talking about this.
That's where he lived. That's what he talked about. He talked about he hated these humans.
He hates all humans.
Anywhere you go, I guarantee, as far as Liam Neeson's concerned, the ocean will be more polluted if you see humans there than if you go down to the depths of the ocean where he lives. Because his part of the ocean is clean and clear and it's nice. It looks great. Up there, there's shit everywhere. Trash, bottles, cans, all over the place. It's just how it is. And that's why he was so against humans. He doesn't want Ponyo to meet
all
humans.
Just because of the action of a few does not mean all.
Look, the actions of most conveys what most people would be like. Most people are that way. They pollute the ocean. It is how it is. In that universe, most people did that. And that's why he hated most humans and all humans, because look, if you've never met a good human, like you've never met a good feminist, how can you say they exist? You've never met one, right? Okay. But that doesn't mean possibly there may be one out there that you've never met.
Imagine if a little German boy named Adolf had never met a good Jewish boy or girl, and he believed all Jewish people were bad, just like all the ones he had met.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that lead us? Liam Neeson was the ocean Hitler. And he wanted to put all humans in concentration camps to protect his daughter, Ponyo.
He didn't want to kill all the humans. And he never wanted to kill all the humans. He didn't like them, but he never would have tried to kill anyone. He just wanted to keep his daughter safe. That's all he cared about.
And he's a good villain.
Is he really a villain, though? He's just a good guy doing the thing he thinks is right for his daughter.
Alright, fine. Better term.
If anything,
he's the antagonist of the story.
He is an antagonist.
Alright, there we go.
He is the point at which there is conflict
within
the story.
Back to my thing. The antagonist of the school versus the antagonist of Liam Neeson.
It isn't really the school.
Oh, that is fine. The fucking conflict.
It's the conflicts that are
It doesn't fucking compare.
Episode.
Liam Neeson's succulent voice.
It's not just about a voice and
No,
a
my God,
struggle
dude.
that the character.
Do you know
go
why?
through.
Do you know why I was having you explain why he wasn't a villain?
Why?
It was a trap, motherfucker. Because I wanted you to explain how justified his character was.
Yeah, he is a justified.
Exactly, which makes him leaps and bounds better than your fucking conflict. Oh no!
You're comparing a character to something that is not a character. It's like, well, of course, one thing's gonna be superior. Because
So it is superior.
How can a character not be superior to
So
a
it
non-existent
is. So it is.
essence?
It
just doesn't.
So
make
it
sense.
is. It is.
You have to compare.
No.
A character.
Exactly. So there is no character in K-On!
There's no character.
Exactly.
In K-On! That
Let's stop trying to
their
fucking
conflict.
justify something that doesn't exist. There's
no
character.
character in K-On! That
There we go.
represents their conflict.
Yes. Yes.
conflict.
All over me. Yes. Tell me how I'm right.
You're not right. What I'm saying
Jesus,
here
there's no.
is there is no character in K-On! That represents their conflict, which means their
There is no
conflicts
antagonist.
open up to so many different things. There's Mio's conflicts, there's Ritsu's conflicts, there's Mugi's conflicts, there's Yui and Ui and Nodoka.
You're just
and
talking
Sawachan.
about your fucking inner demons.
It's not just their inner demons, it's the external conflicts.
No,
There's so many conflicts.
No, there
in
isn't.
K-On! Yes, there is. There's
None of it's
external and internal conflicts.
None of
There's
it.
so
Oh my
much
God.
shit
Jesus,
going on
None of it.
all the time.
None of it is comparatively exciting. Dude, stop.
All right,
Jesus,
K-On! Is
no.
incredibly slow paced. I will admit that.
And that's
But
not
it
a good
is
thing.
not a flaw.
It is a flaw. Jesus Christ. Look at Ponyo. Look at Ponyo. Think about it.
The fact
Liam
that it
Neeson.
is slow
No.
paced
Fuck.
doesn't mean it's a
Jesus
flaw
Christ.
because it's mirroring
No.
real life.
Fuck no. That's not a good thing.
Why is it not a good
Look,
thing?
that's what everyone.
Something-
All right, dude. We're back. We're back at it again. We are back to the God of War. All right.
Oh my God.
We're back at it because everyone has said, you know what's great about The Walking Dead? It's how slow-paced it is. That's how it would be in an actual zombie apocalypse. You're not going to be facing fucking conflict every single episode. Hey, that's why it's great. That's why only 2 episodes are fucking good in that whole season. That's what people say. And that's exactly what is happening in this. Except, look, they are better characters than The Walking Dead. Yes. But the fact that it's slow-paced and just like real life isn't fucking good. Alright? It is not. That is why we don't fucking just leave a camera on. We have editing. We have writing. We have directing. That's what makes movies so fucking good.
Real life can be interesting if you have interesting people.
Oh,
I think a movie about our lives would be pretty fucking great.
Yes, it would be.
And that's why it works for K-On!
No, if it was fuck you. Your pacing is off. If our pacing was just fucking if our pacing was slow, it wouldn't be good. Because you're at your house, you're not going to be interesting all the time. I'm at my house, I'm not going to be interesting all the time. I'm going to be fucking sitting here in front of this computer doing Photoshop for a couple hours, and it's going to be fucking quiet.
It would be pretty quiet.
Exactly. And just as you, at your house, reading a book. So be fucking quiet.
Reading a book or choking on fucking paint for 2 fucking hours.
It's going to be fucking quiet and slow paced. This is why it belongs at a 66. Like you said, it is slow paced.
It is slow paced, but it's mirroring real life.
Oh my God, no.
It adds to the
Jesus,
characters.
Dude, Jesus, that is the moment you fucked up. I don't know when you're going to realize you fucked up, but that's the moment you fucked up. Is when you told me it mirrors real life. Because that's when it all comes together.
Oh my God.
Because every fucking bullshit that I talk about where it's just like, oh my God, dude, nothing fucking happens. It mirrors real life. And not much happens in real life. That's how it is. Not everything needs to be about a world engine. No.
That is true. Not everything needs to be about a world engine. And that's what K-On! Isn't. It isn't about fucking Zod coming down and blasting
tell
away
me
a
what's
school.
better. Let's take a time machine back to 1966. Where Batman battles the Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler. Now let's fucking remove all 4. And it's just Batman and Robin. Now, yeah, that would be a good movie. But it wouldn't be as good as when you have those fucking guys, because they make
all about the writing and the story around
no, fuck you, your pacing's off. If we remove
oh my,
no, if it mirrors real life, it's not interesting, dude.
It can be interesting.
The Dark Knight is not like real life.
You have no faith in real life. Life can be interesting. These
It
characters
can be in moments,
are interesting.
not all
and
the
they
time.
Are. Yui is an interesting character. Mio is an interesting character. Mookie.
The Dark Knight is
Ritsu.
amazing, and it does not mirror real life. Spider-Man 1 is amazing. And
Dark Knight is amazing because it's so realistic. It feels like a real world reacting
it's comparative.
to...
It's comparative.
That is why Batman v Superman is so as good as it is.
Exactly.
It feels like a real world that has these fantastical elements.
Exactly. There's no fantastical elements in yours.
There doesn't need to be.
No, you're missing half the equation.
If you're trying
Jesus Christ, you're missing half the equation. You can't have fucking realistic.
What about Yui's ability?
You need contrast.
Yui's ability to memorize everything
and then forget
everything else.
No, it's stupid.
That is a fantastical thing. It doesn't happen every day.
That's a fucking cop out.
It isn't a cop out.
It is just like we have to work hard.
It is a character flaw. It is character progression.
Dude, that is fucking retarded. Oh, Jesus, what are you talking about? This belongs at a 66.
It does
not.
No!
Dude, what is happening? Who are they? What is their conflict against? Nothing.
Their conflict is that Yui is an aloof idiot.
That's not exciting.
To join the club.
Someone wanting to join a club does not excite me.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The characters are what matter in this fucking show. If you love the characters, you'll love the show.
Okay.
And that's why it is good that every single character is likable. Every character is...
The world's over if Ponyo doesn't go a certain way. There are stakes. There are no stakes.
The stakes are losing the club.
That's not a fucking stake comparatively. You can't compare a club to the world. You can't.
So then how is the Dark Knight better than Ponyo? Because the only stakes there are maybe this Gotham just gets fucked up. Whatever. That doesn't compare to an entire world being ruined.
No, because Joker he'll keep going. Joker does not stop.
Joker won't kill Batman, and Batman won't let him leave Gotham.
No, you can't.
He would not let Joker continue forever to take down the entire world. Batman would always be there to make sure he stays in Gotham.
There's still casualties.
And
they would keep going around and around. We're talking about
there'll be casualties, but they're not world ending.
Yeah,
the whole world's not going to end because Joker.
He'll just keep escalating. If he destroys Gotham, what's next?
He's not going to destroy Gotham because Batman's going to be there.
You don't know, dude. It's the stakes. We're not Ponyo. The world doesn't end in Ponyo because they stop it. So fuck off. So if Joker destroys Gotham, he'll just go on to the country, and if he destroys the country, he'll destroy it, and it keeps escalating. But there's nothing in fucking chaos.
But the stakes comparatively are higher in Ponyo than in the Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's one aspect.
That's my point, though.
We're not just talking about
we're
not just talking. We're talking about the pacing.
Are you trying to tell me
stakes?
Are you trying to tell me that the stakes?
And
are you trying to tell me that the stakes in Ponyo are better than the stakes in the Dark Knight?
They are grander.
Are they better? Because they are grander. Because if so, that is a flaw in the Dark Knight, is it not? If something is better, something in another movie is better than in the Dark Knight is not as perfect as we have been boasting it up to be.
Well, of course, the Dark Knight is better than Ponyo.
Of course, because it has so many other elements that are better.
But are you totally hold on?
I'm asking you because your argument here.
Lilo and Stitch is perfect.
It has flaws.
Then why is it a fucking 100 in our list? No, it doesn't. What are the flaws? Tell me. Comparatively, sure, it's not as good as the Dark Knight. But tell me, what's the fucking flaw? What would make?
Well, by your logic, it is the stakes. The stakes aren't world-ending. So how could they be? How could it be better than the Dark Knight? Which Dark Knight according to you, it would go on forever, right? And it would destroy the world. But in Lilo and Stitch, it's just Stitch going away.
It's back and forth. Back and forth. You have these aspects, but when you add all the aspects up, like comparatively, like again, just losing your club, you can move on to a different club. You can't move on to a different city. If Joker destroys Gotham City,
but Ritsu's dream is to do.
You can do other things.
Is to be in a band.
You could do no, Jesus, no.
What if you? All right. When you have a passion, you don't want to give
No,
it up.
no.
What if there was a club based around arguing, and then that club just got taken away from
Then
you?
I could start a new one. There you go.
You
Solution.
can't without the fourth member. That year, you would have no club.
Okay, then the next year. You
Well,
solve these problems.
Then you have an entire year without it. Of course,
Oh
it's
my
a
God,
conflict.
Jesus.
It's a problem that
It's
they
so
have to face.
fucking minuscule. Like, we're not talking about there's no lives. Like, Ponyo and Dark Knight, they're both lives at stake. Like, just...
Not everything needs
No,
to be...
no, Jesus, no!
Not everything needs to have lives at stake.
I don't give a fuck about a club being disbanded. That's all there is to it. They could
Why
still
not?
be... No, they could still be friends. They could still do music. There's no fucking reason why that matters.
There would be no reason for them to all meet up together.
They can do it outside of school.
Where is the drive to do that, though?
Where's the drive to do a club?
If there was no club, there would be no Mugi to Mio and Ritsu's dynamic, and by extension, there would be
There's
no
no
Yui.
logic here. There's no logic here. What? How is this club so important that it disbanding is actually considered? Hold on, let me finish. How is it actually considered a viable contest to Ponyo, which is 100 minutes long and perfectly goes over this conflict, right? But then you have K-On! It's just a little fucking club disbanding. And you have the justified dad against the justified daughter who both want something for very different reasons.
Right.
And that is so much more interesting than a fucking club falling through the cracks because it doesn't fucking matter. They can go home and still be a band. Just because they're not a band,
they would have no reason to meet together.
Yes, they do.
They had,
dude.
Why would you ever meet up with them if they are part of a club?
Come October, you age out of Boy Scouts, and there is no fucking reason for us to see each other. Are we going to stop the podcast?
No, that's different.
No, it's not different.
It is different. Listen to this. What if I had aged out of Boy Scouts upon my second day? We would have never met. At least not to the extent that we have met now. We would barely know each other, and I would never see you again, and there would be no podcast. There are high stakes there. Yui is the same way. If the club had been disbanded as early as her first few days, she never would have had a reason to stay with her friends.
We're talking... all right. For those first few days, they already talked. When we first met, we didn't talk that much.
She was totally aloof until they worked together by the second episode. The end of the second episode when she realized she wanted to be a part of this club and work with them. If the club had disbanded before that, never. She would have left, and she would have never come back.
Fuck off. Because the conflict still comes if they shut the club down afterwards, right? They are pursuing each other. I didn't know you fucking good at arguing. So they will be pursuing her. They'll do a band outside if they were logical. Pothole. If they were logical, it's not a fucking threat. It is
a threat.
Look at it comparatively to Ponyo. You can't tell me this is actually holy fuck.
Right.
And your Dark Knight argument does not work.
Why?
What do you mean fucking why?
The stakes are higher in Ponyo. Logically, since the entire fucking world would end. But
the characters aren't as good as the Dark Knight, so it doesn't mean as much.
But the fact of the matter is that actual
conflict
is higher. The stakes are higher. That was your whole thing.
Jesus.
Those stakes are higher. So that is something that is better than in the Dark Knight, from your logic, because those stakes are so much higher.
No.
Because we don't...
There are aspects you're not plugging in.
We don't care about the entire planet. We care about his one island. Just like in the Dark Knight, we only care about a select few individuals. We don't care about all of Gotham.
You're not making sense.
Fucking bullshit. I'm not making sense.
What is going on? Alright. Fucking look at something that it's 100 minutes long. With this amazing score, amazing visuals, a great antagonist. And how does that even compare to 23 minutes of realistic people with not much happening, with a slow pace? It doesn't. No, dude, you can't even... Just think about it. Give yourself 10 seconds and think about how 23 minutes compared to 100. And it's not just 100 of bad shit, it's 100 of good shit.
It is good shit.
It's not as good. At all. How, Jesus?
It's a long 10 seconds is pretty long. Are you fucking counting in your head?
Okay. Have you had time to think it over, Jesus? 23 minutes to 100. It's not even... Holy fuck, it's not even.
It has nothing to do with length.
Oh, Jesus, no. The score.
It is quality.
Oh my god. It
quantity.
is. Shut the fuck up. There is quality throughout, dude, and there's 100 minutes of it. So it's just like, even if it was 23 minutes of Ponyo with that score, even then I would still be arguing for it. 23 minutes with those visuals and that score, it's fucking amazing, dude. And if we times that by 5, well, holy shit, dude, it's even harder for you to argue. None of your shit makes sense. Because we already discussed the score beats, the visuals beat, the antagonist beats. Like, what the fuck are you...
You're comparing a character to a character that doesn't fucking
Exactly! It doesn't have it!
It has conflict, it doesn't need an antagonist!
Shut the fuck up! If you take away the Joker, motherfucking Dark Knight, it goes down! Does it not?
Yes, because the fucking revolves around the Joker!
Dude,
K-On! doesn't revolve around a fucking antagonist!
Shit, Jesus.
It revolves around 4 girls who are learning to be friends together. They're learning to trust one another and become a team, become a club and a band. That is what the story of K-On! Is. It is learning to love these characters, learning to see how these girls learn to love each other and trust in one another and work together.
Search your feelings, dude. You know Ponyo. You know Ponyo is better.
Fuck, no.
No, Jesus.
Fuck, you just got my passion back up.
No, Jesus. You're just saying shit. There's no way to argue with the fucking score and with the fucking visuals.
What the fuck do you think I've been doing for the past fucking 15
You've
minutes?
been talking out your ass because none of it makes sense.
Bullshit, it doesn't make sense.
This is horseshit.
If it didn't make sense, you would have beat me fucking hours ago.
That's exactly what I don't know what's going on, Jesus. Oh my god. Jesus.
Ugh.
The score, the visuals, the antagonist. It doesn't fucking exist, so you can't even fucking argue that one.
How? It's not like the conflict doesn't exist. What's important about an antagonist is the conflict they present, not the fact that they are a fucking physical person.
Okay. So we have the conflict in Ponyo, plus the antagonist. You only have the conflict in yours. So the automatic
all it needs. It doesn't need an extra character.
You get a 0 for your antagonist because it doesn't fucking exist.
Not every story needs its antagonist as long as the conflict is present. The conflict is
present in Ponyo, and then it has an antagonist. So let's say, God forbid, let's say the conflict in K-On! Is actually a 10 out of 10. And let's say Ponyo's conflict is a 10 out of 10.
Right.
And then we have the added fact that we have
a good character.
Yes, 10 out of 10. So then that's 20. Now we fucking average that down to 10. Now we fucking average the fact that, oh wait, there is no antagonist in this one. So that goes down to a fucking 5. Therefore, Ponyo wins. You know it does.
Alright, Ponyo's father is a good character.
You know.
But character, if you stack the characters against each other, Mio comes out on top. She is better than Sosuke and Ponyo. Mio is such an interesting...
You're probably talking about what happens further down the road in the show.
No, I'm talking about what happens in episode 4 alone. That episode presents exactly what needed to happen in order for this club to work. Because it makes sense that the one that would sit down and question herself the most, who is the one that would say, what is this club accomplishing? Why am I a part of this? Obviously, it would be Mio because she is level-headed and she knows what she wants to do with her time in high school.
23 minutes of her looking at herself and be like, what am I doing with my life?
Not what am I doing with my life.
Does not compare.
What is my...
Dude, the relationship between Ponyo and Sosuke, and Ponyo and her father, and Sosuke and his mom, who's awesome.
What about the relationship between Mio and Ritsu? Mio and Mumkey.
What happens between these characters does not compare to Ponyo. Look at how fucking
Ritsu
epic.
and Yui and Ui.
Ponyo is epic.
There's so many... Yui and Nodoka. All these characters have good dynamics. They work together. They have funny
comparatively as well, dude. There's so much more that happens.
God.
The quality of the shit that happens in Ponyo, times that by 5. It beats the single 23 minutes that is K-On! I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about interesting characters and great dynamics. That is what is important when building a story like K-On!, a story driven by its characters.
Okay, so let's bring up the Walking Dead. You know what? That show's good. No, it's great
How is that show great?
because
The characters aren't interesting.
No,
And that's why
but
it doesn't work
it's
for the
so-
story
it's
it's
so
trying
real.
to tell.
It's so real.
See, it is real,
Yeah.
but it's not with good characters. K-On! Has
Oh, it
good
has good
characters.
characters.
False.
The governor. Oh, that's right. You haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
Let's go further back in
We're
time.
trying. Episode 1 does not present enough good characters to justify what it's trying
Rick
to do.
is good in episode 1.
He was okay.
He was good.
He was okay.
Dude, that holy fuck. Episode 1's good.
Is episode 1 of Walking Dead good though?
Yes. It's fucking great.
It is not.
Dude,
great.
fucking waking up in the zombie apocalypse. That's awesome.
I need context.
Oh, and they showed that to you. Him looking for his family was great. Him finding his family later in that season was shit. But we're talking about the first episode's great.
Alright, now I'm confused. Is it great by your old standards or great by my argument standards? I'm confused. What are you trying to say here?
Episode 1's legitimately great. Your bullshit argument defines that the entire series is good.
I'm not saying it. No, because there are so many bad characters in Walking Dead.
But you know it's not bad?
Oh my god.
California Princo.
Oh, thank god. Yes.
Tell me some good shit about our sponsorship, California Princo.
Well, considering this was supposed to be a True Detective podcast,
Yeah.
I could totally get that logo on a t-shirt and not have it look like shit. Like a shit shirt I'm wearing now and the shit shirt you're wearing now.
Dude, fuck the logo. Like, let's have fucking Matthew McConaughey on our shirt.
Oh, damn. Let's have his older, old man face staring down at his young face as he scours through the school, to that old abandoned school, finding clues. That would be a beautiful image. Oh, I'm
Yes.
getting directing boners right now.
Same. That would be an amazing shirt. And you could get that done by California Print Co. Just go to them. Get it done. But back...
I feel so bad for not talking about True Detective throughout this podcast. I wanted to talk about that show so fucking bad. It is such a great show.
Okay. Jeez.
God damn. How much time we got left?
We got a couple
Like
minutes.
3 minutes? Let's talk about True Detective. We have to. It is
Jesus,
so
we
fucking
we
good.
need closure.
It is criminally... We're not going to finish
We're
this
not-
argument. You know we are.
No, we are, dude.
Fuck
Jesus.
you.
No, just
True
think,
Detective
Jesus.
is where it's
No,
at. It's
just
better than
stop.
everything we've talked about
Stop,
up until this
dude,
point.
Stop screaming.
Except The Dark Knight.
Just stop screaming about these girls going through realistic problems and about a fucking little club disbanding. It does not compare to what happens in Ponyo. And those characters go for so much more. And there's more characters in Ponyo. And it's not just because quality versus quantity. You have good characters, and you have that times the quantity of there being 100 minutes of it. And it's just, it doesn't even compare to 23 minutes. At all.
When I'm counting characters.
You have all the old ladies. You have Ponyo. You have her dad. You have Sosuke. You have the mom. You have the girl and all the kids trying to be friends with Sosuke.
We're talking about characters that, like, progress the story.
They progress the story.
Not all.
Yes. No, like the girl trying to hit on Sosuke.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yes, it was.
You know what's funnier, though?
What? Jesus.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes. That
in
was.
True Detective.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he is. So let's talk about
Well,
that.
wait, no. Let's.
Fuck
dude,
you.
No, we need closure. Like, how can you not see my reasoning?
You make compelling arguments. That's why it's not an 87 anymore.
But it's, dude.
But it's so strong.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Oh
It doesn't compare.
God.
Like, there's so much more in Ponyo, and it's amazing. Like the 1,600 different pages that's in that opening scene. Like that in itself, it's just, and the score. I don't even understand, Jesus. I don't even understand. You know I'm right.
You have strong arguments.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I don't. It is impossible for me to believe that K-On! Is anything less of an 80. It is such a strong narrative throughout those 4 episodes, and individually, each one presents its own strong narrative.
But Ponyo's better now.
Is it though?
It is, dude. I've already described at detail all the shit Ponyo has going for it. And whether you want to believe it's an 80 or not, you cannot deny that Ponyo is better.
This is a fucking trap. You're setting up a trap,
Dude,
here.
come on.
If I say
No.
Ponyo is better,
If you,
all you're gonna do is bring up the next movie on the fucking list, and we're gonna go through this for
we'll
40 fucking podcasts.
Hey, no. We will stop. After this podcast, we're gonna go through that list. And we will fucking figure this out. But the main argument that we have presented our podcast audience, and what they have been trying to find an ending to, is Ponyo better?
Ponyo better than K-On? Question mark. That is a
Exclamation point.
tease.
Yes, it is. And on the back it says exclamation point, and it's a picture of me being like that bitch.
Oh.
Come on, you know Ponyo's better.
Ponyo is better than those first 4 episodes.
All of them.
Individually.
That's all for this week, audience. I did it for you. At the price of my vocal cords.
And my fucking ears.
But before you all go, some big deal news. We discussed it. We got K-On! At an average of 72 for the first 4 episodes. If you want further details, look up that empirical list that I have posted for you all.
Fucking bullshit you posted it.
Fucking bullshit to your bullshit. You got a question?
Alright.
Look, that's the entire reason why we're tacking this on to the the episode. You got a question.
Yes,
Fucking
I do.
ask it.
Let's harken back to episode, I want to say 29, 30?
What?
Okay, I don't give a shit.
What the fuck are you talking
Batman
about?
v Superman.
Yeah, that was episode 30.
Yeah. What the fuck is that thing that Lex is talking to at the end of the movie?
That's fucking Steppenwolf, Darkseid's uncle. He's the villain for Justice League.
Oh, shit.
Yes, dude, and it's fucking badass.
That design was absolutely amazing.
Yes, dude.
Holy shit.
He is Darkseid's lieutenant who commands the army of parademons.
So, part 2 is going to have Darkseid, but part 1...
It is no longer part 1 and part 2. It is just Justice League.
Shock. Pain. Sadness.
Well, do you want part 1 directed by one person and part 2 another?
No.
Be kind of disjointed.
But, like, how could this happen to me? Zack Snyder made some mistakes. Oh my god, I hate that song, but it's so fitting.
Fuck you.